I'm Amit Jain. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Johns Hopkins who takes care of adult and children. We did a study looking at the impact of COVID-19 on elective surgeries in the United States. And basically what we found was three main findings. The first thing was that it will take a long time for the health systems to get back to performing the number of surgeries that we were performing before COVID. So essentially there'll be a ramp-up period. The time may vary based on individual factors, such as whether it's an outpatient surgery, inpatient surgery, et cetera, patient's health conditions, et cetera. But overall, it's going to take somewhere in the 7 to 16 month range before we are back to performing the same number of surgeries we were doing per month before COVID. The problem with that is that there will be a large backlog that will be created as a result of this. So there's two kinds of backlogs. There is the surgical suspension backlog, so which is from basically March through May when we were not doing much surgery. Especially elective surgeries. And then there is the new backlog that's being actively created while we are not operating at 100% efficiency. So as long as you're not doing the same number, it's like saying you're not doing your chores every day. So if you're not doing your chores every day, dishes are going to pile up. So if you do 20% less every day, that's 20% more dishes that will pile up over time, right? So same thing with backlog. And the bottom line is that the consequence of this is that there may be surgical waiting lists that may be created in the United States. And that's something that historically in the US, we haven't had to deal with. Countries like England and Canada have had that problem for a while, but we have been lucky to not have that problem, but this phenomenon may create that issue. I think one of the important things is to not just go back to normal, but to hopefully reimagine and reinvent so that we are better than what we were before. One way to do that is to adopt new technologies. So for example, we have spent a lot of time and effort adopting telemedicine and really using that as the primary source of taking care of patients and seeing patients. And historically, that was never the case. I never really did any telemedicine visits before, but now my whole week is kind of full of telemedicine visits. And that's a great way to provide care in a safe and effective manner because, just like we're chatting right now on video, you can talk to patients in the comfort of their home and in the comfort of my office without either of us getting exposed and be able to discuss important issues in a timely fashion. So I think telemedicine is one strategy. Another strategy that's super important is coming up with protocols to make surgery and surgical scheduling more efficient. So historically, there was a lot of kind of red tape around financial clearance and the way we have to deal with insurance companies. And I think streamlining some of those issues are really going to be important to take care of patients in a timely manner. And then finally, I think we have to do a better job educating both patients and providers that not all surgery is necessary. A number of patients, for example, might benefit from continued non-operative treatment or may not be a good candidate to get surgery, and we have to acknowledge that.